Hi everyone, it's Adam coming at you once again. And cooler weather is upon us. And what that means is time to get the snowmobiles ready. Got them all right here. Got the side-by-side there, the e-bike, and our sleds. And I actually got a new one for this year. Right here. We bought Kathy a 2013 Arctic Cat LXR F1100. I've actually been doing quite a bit of work to this thing. I replaced everything in the skid. All new bearings, bushings, the whole 9 yards. So this is going to be Kathy's sled. I am looking to ride this sled, and the old Rev is probably gonna get sold. We'll see how it goes. I really hate to get rid of this sled because this is my baby, and it's probably one of the cleanest Revs in this year in this area, and I just absolutely love it. But with the maintenance that we're going to be doing is, as the title of the video probably will be, is how to not catch your Skidoo on fire. Like, you saw me almost have that happen to me on one of our trips. And we are talking about brake maintenance. We are going to be cleaning and flushing the reservoir right there. And right there is the brake caliper. This is a very simple procedure. It's only going to take a few minutes to do. Not very many tools to do it. Got a Phillips head screwdriver, a piece of tubing, 11mm wrench, got a drain pan right there, got some fresh .4 brake fluid, some brake clean, and an ample amount of rags. So what we are going to do is we are going to pop the cover off the reservoir. I'm going to soak whatever brake fluid is up in there. We're going to make sure the orifices are all clean, spray it out with a little bit of brake clean, dry it out, and then we are going to flush fresh brake fluid through the system down to there. This literally only takes 10 minutes to do, so let's get at it, and we will show you exactly what to do. Alright, now starting out with this, you want to make sure you have an ample amount of rags to put down here. Brake fluid will take paint off, will discolor all the plastics and everything like that, so want to make sure that we have a good amount of rags there. Next, we're just going to take these Phillips head screws off of the reservoir. I'm trying not to hinder your view, but you'll get the gist of it. All right, let's get a rag here. Pull this cover off. You pull the cover off, and then there's a rubber membrane underneath it, as you can see right there. And that's actually water right there. I don't know if you could see. That's condensation on that. The bottom is brake fluid, but on top of it, that's water condensation. We're going to dry that out. All right, as you can see there, the brake fluid, instead of being clear, is more of an amber color. When that happens, that means that, you know, it's being used and there's an ample amount of moisture that's probably inside of that. So we are going to get some paper towels and we are going to soak that up. Got some paper towels right here. All right, got some paper towels. We're just going to just dip it in there, let the paper towels do its work. Try not to drip brake fluid all over because, like I said, brake fluid is corrosive. It can take paint off, so we want to be really easy with that. All right, we got that reservoir cleaned out pretty good. I don't know how good the focus is, you can see it, but we are just going to take a little bit of brake clean. This is just Super Tech brake parts cleaner. Going to spray it inside of there. Get that a little bit. You can see I kind of filled it up a little bit. We're not going to touch, do not touch the brake. You don't want to pump the brake cleaner into it, although we are flushing the system, so it's not going to be terrible. And I just lost the paper towels. So we're just going to stick this in here, and once again soak up the brake clean that's in there. And the brake clean breaks down all the gum that's in there. And once we get this all cleaned out, all soaked up, I will show you what you need to look for inside of that reservoir. Alright, as you can see, that reservoir is nice and clean right now. I just have a Q-tip here. I'm going to just make sure I kind of get the nooks and crannies, try to clean that up a little bit. But one huge thing that you have to watch with these, I'm using my Insta3, if I can zoom in good or not. Let me try another big light. Alright, hopefully the drop light doesn't fall, but we're going to look right in here. Let's see if we could get that to focus a little bit better. I'm sorry, but right here, there's a small little orifice. You really can't see. Get it like this. There's a small little orifice right there. This is one of your pressure hole. This is your return hole. You want to make sure that that's nice and clean. Get a little pick. You want to just kind of, oh, you're not seeing what I'm doing. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Just do that a little bit. I got a pick here. But you want to make sure that fluid can flow out that hole. And if I push a little bit, let's see. You can see a little bit of fluid coming out that hole. That's exactly what you want. Alright. So now, what we are going to do is we're going to set up and get ready to bleed these brakes. Okay, I'm going to do this the best I can by myself using the tripod. Now here's a piece of hose. Yes, it's yellow, but you'll still be able to see what you need to see. So that's going to go into the drain pan right there. We are going to take our brake fluid. This is just Prestone .4 full synthetic. Most snowmobiles take .4. So we're going to want to fill up this reservoir. Not all the way. As you can see, I dripped a little bit, so let's get that cleaned up quick. Because I don't want... Like I said, this can... brake fluid could take paint off. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pump this a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to come down here. I'm going to hold pressure on the lever, and I'm going to crack this bleeder loose. And as let me crack it loose first. There it is. Trying to back up a little bit. I'm going to put pressure on it, crack it loose, and there you go. Gonna let go of the brake lever, pump it a little bit, hold it, crack the bleeder, and push it through. We're just gonna keep doing this until we get nice, clear fluid coming out. It really shouldn't take much. You want to make sure that your reservoir stays full, and you don't want to suck no air into the system. Like I said, these older revs are known to, if you don't take care of the brake reservoir, they get gunked up and they will seize up the caliper, and that's how a lot of these sleds end up burning out. I'm just going to keep doing this a couple times. Just trying to get some fresh fluid moving through. Now, I would recommend, if your fluid's pretty clear, just do maybe like 2 good reservoir fulls of brake fluid to make sure that you're getting ample amount of fresh stuff inside the reservoir throughout the brake system. Like I said, kind of doing this in real time. We're going to spray all this off too when we're done to make sure. Okay. Pump it a little bit, holding it. Crack the bleeder. Tighten it back up, let go. Pump it a few times, hold it. Crack the bleeder. Hold it to the bars. Tighten the bleeder back up, let go. Pump it a few times, hold it. Crack the bleeder, pull the lever to the bar. And that's all you're doing. You're just flushing brake fluid through the whole system. Now this brake fluid, I did this last year, so it does seem like it's pretty clean. But when I first did it, the brake reservoir was completely full of sludge. So I think we're going to be done there. This looks pretty good. Nice fresh fluid in there. Come back around here. You don't want to over tighten your bleeder. Just make sure it's snug. Let's just spray a little bit of brake clean here. Make sure that's all good. And then we have our cap. This is the cap for the bleeder. I had that off before. And that's it. Now, this cap, remember I said it was all full of moisture and stuff like that? I don't know. Let me see. This cap was all full of moisture. What we're going to do is... These are pretty fragile, but not terrible. Just going to wipe it all off. Turn the inside out here. Try to get as much of that moisture off of it. And you could use light compressed air, or what I also have here is just a computer duster. We're just going to clean this off, make sure it's nice. All right, let me bring you over to the other side and we'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, now these brake reservoirs do not take much fluid at all. As you can see, I'm only filled about halfway. And let me turn the light on here. If you look, you can see there's a little sight glass there that says maximum minimum. It's right at the top of that sight glass, and that's where you want it to be. So what we are going to do is very carefully, I should just use a Q-tip for this. Got this Q-tip. Just clean this edge up a little bit. Make sure it's good. Now we are going to take our diaphragm and we are going to stick that in here. Do I have it the wrong way? I don't think there is a wrong way to stick it in. So you don't want too much fluid in it, because when you stick this in, you can very easily overflow it. As you can see, that's sitting right there. Next, what I'm going to do is, what I like to do is, I have already done it, is I have put a little tiny bit of anti-seize on the, let's see if you can see over here, little tiny bit of anti-seize on these screws, because they can tend to seize up over the years. Alright, like I said, I have a tiny bit of anti-seize on those screws, and I just got them started, so we're going to just tighten them up. You just want them snug, you don't want them tight. As you can see, there's a little tiny bit of fluid coming out. Just snug. You don't need to tighten the crap out of them, because you'll never get them out. And that's it. And that is, if you look closely, I don't know if you can see, but as I squeeze it, you can see the caliper actuating. and that's exactly what you want to see. Probably a good time to check your brake pads, which they are right here, which these ones have ample friction material on it. And we are just going to give this a quick wipe down and try to get the brake fluid off it. And that is it. Like I said, literally less than 10 minutes in order to bleed the brakes. That's on the old revs. Now, this one here, the 2015, is a little bit more complicated. You have to pull off this cover right here, and the reservoir's up here. It's a different style reservoir, so you really don't have to worry about it too much. And I just did this at the end of last year. I'm okay with leaving that. I might flush a little bit out of it, but the new Arctic Cat, I have no idea when this was done. And yeah, it looks a little amber in there, so this is definitely due for a flushing. The rotors down in there should be similar to what this one is. So when I do the oil change, I got the oil change kits for both of these sleds. When I do the oil change, that's what I plan on doing. All the fluids, everything like that, and you guys can join me once again. So, like I said, literally less than 10 minutes to do a quick brake service on your old Skidoo. It will keep it from catching on fire, which, like I said, if you watch my one video from, 2023, of when I had flames shooting out the side of it, and it was because of that. I did some trailside maintenance. I happened to have some brake fluid at the truck. We went back, we flushed it, and I was good ever since. But since then, I have been flushing my brake reservoirs pretty much every year, and I haven't had an issue since. So with that said, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will be doing a lot more maintenance videos. I probably should have done the one where I ripped the entire skid apart on this one, replaced all the bearings. It's got the four-wheel kit on it. I do have new ice scratchers for both of these sleds, which this one never had any. But this one has one because the other one fell off, so I bought 2 sets of ice scratchers. And like I said, my this 2004 GSX with the freshly rebuilt engine, it's probably going to end up going for sale this year. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, we will catch you on the flip side. Out.